What? I love your setup.
Yo,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Chilling. I just finished working officially for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of privates on Saturdays. So that's kind of how I've been spending my weekend.
Greetings and salutations. This is Milkshake Scholar Season 2. I am your host, Randy Winston. And today I am honored to have my friend and special guest, Sarah Serrano-Esquilin. Sarah is an art therapist and does therapeutic art. Though there are differences there, folks. So we're going to talk about that. But first, Sarah, it's been a while.
I'm just trying not to scream because I'm so
You can scream. You can scream. You do whatever you want. Um,
I'm like
it's been a minute.
excited. Just a big part. Yeah, way too long, honestly. But every time I have a milkshake, I think about you because you put me on to Van Leeuwen and it changed my life.
Yo, and not just that, but as we've discussed before, they have Van Leeuwen has some of the best vegan milkshakes out there.
The best.
Yeah.
Like that's all that's in my fridge.
Sarah, that's the milkshake that I have today. It's a dark chocolate peanut butter swirl, and it's vegan. This is by Van Leeuwen. Yeah.
Oh, what? Please send me that recipe because I've just been living on strawberry vegan
You,
milkshakes. I
you
love
know what? It was so I don't I haven't been to any of the stores. I've actually been ordering them online and buying them in the local store around the corner from me, like the grocery store. Luckily, my grocery store has Van Leeuwen and a few others, so it's been nice to be able to go in there and get what I need during COVID.
amazing. I'm gonna have to check my supermarket then, so I don't have to travel.
You know what? And speaking of recipes, this recipe, you'll love this. It is the simplest thing you will ever make in your life. So, it can be expensive, but basically all you do is you take a whole pint, put it in the blender. There's a whole pint,
Okay.
and 2/3 of milk. And I've been using Oatly lately. Have you ever?
I live on Oatly too.
Yeah.
This is why I love your recipes. You got good taste. Yes. You had me also at like an easy recipe too. So.
Yeah. And that's it, Sarah. That's it. It's just 2/3 of milk and the whole pint, and you just blend it to your liking. I like mine a little bit on the like not too thick side, but not also just not runny. So
Yeah.
I try to play the middle. And
Yeah.
yeah, this came out very well. And it's one of those things that if you want to add anything to it, like if you want to add some fruit or you want to add some chocolate chips, you can do that too.
Do you have any go-to toppings though that you would recommend?
Honestly, I'm old fashioned, so as long as the ice cream is good, I'm good. But when I go out for milkshakes, I am open to having some toppings. I usually like to keep it simple though. I don't like to overdo it with like the cupcakes and the muffins and the cookies. I just keep it simple. I'm all about the milkshake. I just want what's in the cup.
I love those. They're so visually like appealing, but I
Mm.
can never imagine myself consuming that much sugar. I'm like, let me just get to the heart of the milkshake. What is that?
I've done it before, and I'm not going to name the place. That it's a very popular place in New York City, but I actually had a milkshake that was like it was just a mound of like candy and food on top. And honestly, it's a waste because the milkshake itself is a lot. Like no matter where you go, if you have a milkshake, it's a lot. But then on top of that, you got to eat the cookie, you got to eat the ice cream bar, you got to, it's a lot. It's a lot.
I feel like that's also an appointment for the dentist, so I might pass.
Talk to me now.
Yeah,
Talk to me.
right. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
So tell me, we've been in this pandemic now for almost a year. It'll be a year when this comes out. And
Yes.
how you been? Like, what's up? What's new?
Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna front. I feel like it's been 2 years trapped in the pandemic. It just feels really long.
Yeah.
and time kind of feels like it stopped on my end. Um, I had a really rough year, unfortunately, when the pandemic hit. I lost a lot of family members and spent a lot of time learning and how to proceed with like planning cremations. So I can say I'm very skillful at it. Unfortunately, that's my like dark humor side.
Yeah.
But it definitely provided me like with an opportunity to connect with myself on a deeper level. I ended up requesting to extend my thesis too, because I wasn't in the right mindset to focus on a self study.
Hmm.
But because of all those experiences, I produced, I think, like a really powerful thesis. Maybe not for like other like researchers. I didn't have like the most amazing research language, but it really painted such a picture of like who I am in terms of like identity and self-study and healing and all these really great things in between. Um, and besides that, I ended up using my time to create a therapeutic art class. So
I mean,
yeah,
you the boss. You the boss. You finished school during the pandemic,
yeah,
and you're creating courses. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah. Thank you.
Tell
You
me,
know,
tell me about the course, or tell me about the classes you've been doing. Work are you, and you're still doing workshops?
yeah, so I ended up partnering with a platform called Society X, and Jacqueline Rosenberg is the lead and founder of this website. And she had created an in-person place for people to do some like co-working, and the pandemic hit and it evolved into an online platform. And because of her, I have this like amazing opportunity to teach literally thousands of people all around the world for therapeutic
Wow,
art.
wow,
Yeah, and I'm a huge, huge believer in art accessibility and art as a way of self-expression and even healing. So with the pandemic and knowing, with like finances, I didn't want to charge for my classes. And so I have two free classes that are available to the public. And people just come to connect with each other. We
love
talk
that.
about like the isolation of the pandemic. We talk about like feelings that might come up, and we have a lot of fun just making art and talking to strangers.
I
But
love
it's,
that. I love
yeah,
that.
thank you. It's been amazing.
I might have to pull up once. I was having I was, I think a lot of people were dealing with the pandemic in many ways, and I think once we come out on the other side of this, there are going to be some like heartbreaking stories, some fascinating stories. I know I was going through a slump myself last year, and an artist that I follow, Wendy McNaughton, just went on IG Live and just had like a draw together session. She usually does it with kids, but this one was for adults. And it's just like grab some wine or grab some whatever, and I'm gonna draw. If you want to draw, you can. If you just want to sit here and watch,
That's
she had some
beautiful.
music on, and it was dope. It was
Uh,
awesome. And I was just like, man, this we need more of this. We need more of this. So I'm happy to hear that you're providing that type
Thank
of
you.
support for folks.
And I'm also glad that you got to experience some art making and self expression too. I really feel that the community has come together in a very different way, and we're all connecting and supporting each other on some level. So, just really some powerful stuff that's happening with all of us.
Yeah. What do you so I know you support others. What, when you're in your free time, what is something that you do for yourself to just like
So,
relax, or you need some time? What do you do for yourself?
I'm glad you asked that, because a lot of people think I just work and don't do anything for fun. But disconnecting, I think, from Zoom has been like the number one thing. But I love video games. Uh, so
Oh, wait, Sarah. You know what, Sarah? I feel like I knew this about you.
yeah,
We just never talked about it.
We did not.
And you want to know why we've never talked about it?
Why?
Because I think it was 2011. It was, yes,
Okay.
it was definitely 2011. I took my PS2 or PS3 and my Xbox to the pawn shop, and the TV and the controllers and the games, put them on the counter and told the guy, take it, I don't want it. And he was like, well, I got to give you some money for it. I was like, I don't want any money. He was like, well, I got to give you a receipt. I was like, dude, I don't even want the receipt. He was like, legally, I have to, like, for, you know, legal purposes, I have to give you a receipt. And so I just took the receipt and balled it up and threw it in the trash. And because Sarah, I'm about to say this on Milkshake Scholar season 2, I have an addiction to video games. It is listen, I love video games. It is the ultimate escape to me. Outside of getting on a plane and going overseas, video games are the ultimate escape. I am trying to stay away from those VR goggles, because if I get one of those, it is game, set, match. But
That's
listen,
how I feel. I have not gotten one of those for that reason.
So to hear you say video games during this pandemic means a lot to me, because Sarah, I got something else to tell you. When I was sent home from work, when they told us, hey, we're working from home, take everything you need from your office, you're going home. The first thing I did when I got home, I went on Amazon. I ordered a big TV. I ordered a PS4. I ordered a bunch of games. And I was just like, you know what?
Yes. You're gonna have to give me your gamer ID info.
I got you. Wait, I want to hear what you're playing. What are you playing?
Well, I'm playing right now Little Nightmares. So that's currently on my Switch. Have you heard of that one?
No, tell me about it.
So pretty much it's this really, I think it's like a cross between like a Tim Burton-esque horror game.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I play as one of 2 playable characters, and I have to escape this really bizarre orphanage where they take the children and they eat them.
Oh man.
It's a really disturbing game. It's beautifully made, but your heart, if you have a weak heart, I don't recommend because you will freak out in between. A lot of jump scares, but it's worth playing.
Oh, that's awesome. What else? How long have you been playing that?
Right now I'm on week, I would say 2. I did take a break.
Okay.
Because I got too scared.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then my happy game right now, I did take a break from Animal Crossing, so I'm not playing it for.
Oh, Animal Crossing was huge.
March. Yeah, I'm waiting until the Sanrio stuff comes out in March. So that's like my exciting stuff. But right now I'm playing Sky, Children of the Light, which is a mobile game. And that's coming to Switch, I think, this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so I love a lot of games that are just visually beautiful, have like great soundtracks. And if I'm not terrifying myself, then I'm relaxing, like flying around, doing little light stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
So balance of self-care.
That is awesome. And tell me, you don't have to tell me this if you don't want to, but how many hours would you say you spend on the game? And I can tell you mine too. We can. Okay. I'll tell you mine first.
You go first.
So recently I haven't been on it as much, but it's like I've been doing panels and stuff. But
oh gosh, amazing.
When I'm in it, ooh, Sarah, I can go about.
Give me your highest number.
I hope my boss don't see this.
We'll make sure not to tag.
I can do about 40 to somewhere. It's always between 40 and 60 hours a week.
What?
But Sarah, that is if I have nothing to do before or after work. Okay. I will get on there and I'll do the thing. You know how you wake up early in the morning and you know you have like duties or hobbies or things that you need to be doing, like cleaning up the bathroom or whatever. Like sometimes for me it's Randy, take out the trash, clean the bathroom, and make
Okay.
breakfast. And what I'll do instead is I'll get on the sticks for 2 hours. And then at 9 o'clock when it's time for work, I'm like, oh wait, I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't take out the trash. I didn't clean the bathroom.
No, that's the worst day ever. I'm just saying, I've been there. I definitely had to scale back. I noticed with Stardew Valley, that was the most dangerous game I think I ever played, where um, I just remember having this memory of putting the game on around maybe 11 in the morning, and my husband was working. And next thing you know it, I swear I just like breathed and he walked through the door and he was like, "Hey babe, I'm home. This is why you're not answering the phone." I was like, "It's so good." But I didn't eat all day. I didn't notice the time. Like it had to be like 8 o'clock at night. And I was like,
Listen,
yeah. But I had no responsibilities for that day, just to put that out there.
I
Day
mean,
off.
it's funny that we're talking about this because in a way, playing video games is therapeutic. And I know that like you have to watch it because like in my case years ago, I was on it too much. Whereas now, and I'm probably exaggerating when I say 40 to 80 hours, it's probably closer to 20 to 40. But that's when I don't have anything to do after work. So recently it's probably been 6 hours a week, which
Not at
is
all.
not bad for me.
Okay.
But I remember, I'll send you the link. Tochi Onyebuchi, he wrote a piece about coping with his father's death with video games. And yeah, I don't know, it's something about that escape, especially with everything that's been going on. It's just for me to be able to zone out for like on a Saturday, to just zone out all day.
Absolutely.
You know.
One thing I have to say, I was supposed to do my thesis on grief and Animal Crossing because I was just really fascinated with the gaming community, utilizing that to process some of their grief. And a really big thing that I noticed that players have done is, and something that I ended up doing during COVID when Animal Crossing came out, is I dedicated a memorial to my aunt that passed away. And it just felt so nice that even though with COVID happening, that we couldn't go to a cemetery. We can't bury her at the moment, so she's cremated. But we were able to find like some peace in knowing, like, hey, this is nice. We put like a little tombstone and flowers, and it was nice to talk to my family and just like I think grieve in that way too. So.
Yeah.
It's powerful. Games are great.
Yeah.
Healthy amount, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
By the way, not to cut you off, but you never told me what's your go-to game.
Oh. Okay. So I'm gonna take a cue from you when you said did you say you have a happy game?
Yes, kind of like the terrifying game and like a chill game to.
Yeah.
Right?
So with me, it's always moods, but I will say from 2020 to 2021, I have been trying to catch up on all of the Assassin's Creed games. So Sarah, oh my goodness, imagine, if you will, being away from video games since 2011, and all of a sudden you just get dumped with all these beautiful games, and these are all like, oh, you get dropped into the world and it's just exploring. And oh my goodness, I would say the first 3 to 4 months of the pandemic, I played Assassin's Creed until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on work nights. Like it was nothing.
So brave.
Like it was nothing. I'm talking about, it was incredible. So right now, I finished Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and now I'm trying to decide if I want to take the deep dive into Valhalla, which just came out. And the only thing that's stopping me from doing it is Milkshake Scholar, my book that needs to be finished, and all of the work that I do with Slice Magazine. If it wasn't for those three things, because if I get Valhalla, I need a weekend and a week. I need a weekend and a week, and then after that, I'm okay. But those first like 72 hours to a
It's
week,
crucial.
crucial. I need them. I need them.
Oh my gosh. I hope you find some vacation time. Like treat yourself. You deserve it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Do you have like when you know you're about to have a day in front of the video games, do you have a ritual or like something you like to like shoes that you like to wear around the house, or sock, like, or a snack that you like to have? Is there something?
Oh my gosh. Oh, let me pull this up actually. So I have like a utility cart right
Okay.
next to my desk. And I actually have a snack jar that I keep next to me.
Mm.
And whenever I'm sitting down for like Netflix show, or I know that I'm gonna game or play like Dungeons and Dragons, then these are all my like go-to snacks.
Sarah, you should not have shown me that.
Sorry.
My roommate is gonna see this and he's going to get one too. We're both gonna have
Yeah.
like jars with snacks in it.
Do it. I know the camera doesn't show, but I've definitely put on pandemic weight. I wear the sweatpants proudly. So
I feel like everyone who's going to see this, or everyone who's watching, all right, like everyone's gonna have a snack jar after this, like literally a snack. But you know what's important about what you just taught us is that the snack jar needs to be next to the desk.
it has to. Like you just need to comfortably reach over, grab it, subtly open it, and you can't have something that makes too much noise, right? Like you don't want to interrupt gameplay if you're playing with other like gamers.
Wow.
It's all about, right?
This is trouble. This is trouble.
It's an art.
Watch. One day next week, I'm gonna see a picture of a snack jar.
It's so good. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my goodness.
Yeah.
So tell me, what's been challenging about teaching now that, or doing therapy now that that everything's online? What's been the challenge for you? Like the biggest one?
I think like teaching workshops, whether like I do a lot of those therapeutic art workshops, or I do like open studio workshops. What I noticed, I think, was just people feeling comfortable to turn on their camera, or even to speak with their microphone, even if they didn't turn it on. Um, what I've noticed is that everyone's journey is so different. And so there is no correct formula to get someone to turn on their camera, right? It's just really creating a safe space. And I think consistency for all my participants or creative students to pop in and be able to connect when they're ready.
Mm-hmm.
I had a student actually today. I taught therapeutic art earlier this morning. He's been coming to my class since last year. I want to say maybe around summertime. Today was the first time he turned on his camera and spoke with us, and it was just such a powerful moment to hear him share his art with us, and to connect with everyone. And our community is so supportive, with just really reflecting the person's process, that if it wasn't for them, I feel like people wouldn't be able to share. So I know my students are always saying like, Sarah, we love you, it's because of you. And I say, really, it's not because of me. I just provide space, I provide the prompt, but it's you come with the open heart, and you come with that want to connect and to create. And so really the person to thank is yourself. But it truly is just like a life-changing I think experience to really connect with people on such a personal level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna talk off camera. I need one of them sessions.
Yeah. Let me know. I'm ready.
Tell me, I want to pivot to anime because with all the time that we have on our hands, I think it's time. I think it's time that I finally do my anime deep dive. So tell me what series should I start with? Because there's so much. There's so
Got you.
much.
I got you. Attack on Titan.
Yeah, you're not the first person to tell me that. Word.
Yes.
Okay.
The song, you will be,
Okay.
you'll join the team. It's just such a, oh my God, it's a powerful show. I love it. The music's great. The animation's great. It's going to change your life.
Attack on Titan. That's what it's going to be, because another friend of mine recommended I start there too. Wait, where do I find it?
We've been watching it on Hulu, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh my
I have
gosh.
it.
Please let me know when you start watching it so I can start sending you funny TikToks and
I'm hyped.
Wait,
but before I meant to ask you one more question on therapy. Can you talk about the difference between art therapists and therapeutic art?
Yeah, for sure. So as an art therapist, I work right now directly under a clinical supervisor, and we utilize psychotherapy, and we understand what art mediums could potentially mean to a client. So it can be an individual or group-led session to help process emotions from a specific event. It could be to develop coping skills, self-expression. Um, and there is just a clinical way of supporting the client through that journey and being able to bring them safely over to the other side. Whereas in therapeutic art, I don't do any of that processing. I usually, for example, today's class was creating an image or writing a poem of a place that they would love to vacation to. And so there's no deep, there's no psychotherapy involved in that. It's just mainly really encouraging my students to tap into utilizing any art materials that they have available and just having fun.
Yeah.
So I always like to differentiate, because a lot of my students will message me and say, hey, I want you to be my therapist, or can I please book with you? And I always have to let them know what's the difference, and I usually refer them to like a directory to find an art therapist.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know. One more thing before I get you out of here. I want to talk about the song that plays during the opening credits of your biopic. What is the song that plays?
Okay, I got you. Hold on, because I actually don't know the title, but I liked it.
That's fine. That's fair.
I was actually put onto the song because of TikTok.
Hey, listen, TikTok and Instagram bringing people to the light.
Right? I was just like, okay, and I think I'm going to say the name really wrong, and I've never seen the movie. I don't watch a lot of movies, so don't judge me. It's called Agape by Nicholas Britell.
Okay. I'm gonna look that up.
Please, it's oh my gosh, it's an instrumental piece. But there's something very powerful about this song. I feel like this composer did some time traveling, or was just really able to pull in all the right notes and all the right musical instruments to tap into like the feelings of a person. It's so hard to explain. I get a sense of nostalgia and love and bittersweet feelings. It's interesting. You're gonna have to listen to it to experience it, but
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I usually listen to movie soundtracks when I write, so that's not far off from what I'm into.
You're gonna love it. It's amazing song.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, what a great prompt. I feel like I need to go do some art processing.
And what I love about that question is the song changes if you start at a different period of your life. And so
Mm.
when people like when I ask people that question and they're having trouble, I'm like, well, you got to think about it like this. It's tough if you don't know where the story starts, but if you know where the story starts, then you're able to cut some songs out.
That is so true.
So
I love that.
yeah,
Oh my God. I feel like you just inspired me to work on a piece.
it's there. It's definitely there.
Yeah. I feel it. I feel like this whole conversation is really like letting me know I need to work on something.
Well, I appreciate you coming on Milkshake Scholar. We were
Thank
supposed to
you
do
for
this before, but
having.
it didn't work out. So I got you. I got you again. I appreciate it.
I'm pretty sure I wore this jacket the first time.
And I'm pretty sure I wore this here the first time.
I was just like, I need to bring this jacket back. It's like my favorite
I
jacket.
mean, hey, listen. When I put the episode up, I'll have our pictures from that day. So it worked. It worked out.
Okay. I love it. Oh my God, obsessed.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. And I'm gonna try out your recipe and keep you posted.
Yes. Try it out. Let me know what you think. Oh wait. Let everyone know where they can find your work.
Oh, sure. So I think the easiest way is can't fight the fro. That's my Instagram name. That's my
That's tough. That's
website
tough.
and email, right? I'm like not ashamed of my hair at all.
No, never, never.
And this is like nice and tamed right now. So, but yeah, so that's the easiest place. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's hang out after this.
Sarah Serrano, folks. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
See you later.